Welcome to my channel, The Spoiler Zone. Your ultimate destination for in-depth analysis and captivating breakdowns of your favorite film. Alert: this video contains spoilers. American Psycho is a 2000 satirical psychological horror film directed by Mary Harron, who co-wrote the screenplay with Guinevere Turner. Based on the 1991 novel by Bret Easton Ellis, it stars Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman, a New York City investment banker who leads a double life as a serial killer. Willem Dafoe, Jared Leto, Josh Lucas, Chloë Sevigny, Samantha Mathis, Cara Seymour, Justin Theroux, and Reese Witherspoon appear in supporting roles. The film blends horror and black comedy to satirize 1980s yuppie culture and consumerism, exemplified by Bateman and the supporting cast. Ellis considered his controversial novel unfilmable due to its graphic nature, but producer Edward R. Pressman was determined to adapt it and bought the film rights in 1992. Stuart Gordon, David Cronenberg, and Rob Weiss considered directing the film before Harron and Turner began writing the screenplay in 1996. They sought to make a period film grounded in the 1980s, sharing the setting with the novel. The pre-production period was tumultuous. Harron cast Bale to play Bateman, but because distributor Lionsgate Films secured a contract with Leonardo DiCaprio in the role, Harron was dismissed and replaced with Oliver Stone. Stone made a number of important decisions that remained with the final film, most notably casting Chloë Sevigny. His partnership with DiCaprio was dissolved following creative differences, leading Lionsgate to rehire Harron under the condition she could cast Bale as the lead. Principal photography began in February 1999 in Toronto and New York City. American Psycho premiered at the Sundance Film Festival on January 21, 2000, and was theatrically released in the United States and Canada on April 14. The film received generally positive reviews, with praise for Bale's performance and the screenplay. Grossing over $34 million on a $7 million budget, the film was considered a box office success. Following the DVD release in 2005, American Psycho quickly developed a large cult following. The film experienced a revival of popular interest in the 2020s due to its strong presence in contemporary meme culture, typically centered around Bateman's perceived Sigma male personality. A direct-to-video sequel, American Psycho 2, was released in 2002, although it was criticized by Ellis, who maintains it is not a part of the American Psycho narrative. The film starts. In 1987, Patrick Bateman, a young and wealthy New York City investment banker, spends most of his time dining at popular restaurants while keeping up appearances for his fiancée Evelyn Williams as well as his circle of wealthy associates, most of whom he hates. At a business meeting, Bateman and his associates flaunt their business cards, obsessing over their designs. Enraged by the superiority of his colleague Paul Allen's card, Bateman finds a homeless man and his dog in an alley at night and kills them. Bateman and Allen, who mistake Bateman for another coworker, make plans for dinner after a Christmas party. Bateman resents Allen for his affluent lifestyle and ability to obtain reservations at Dorsha, a highly exclusive restaurant that Bateman cannot get into. He gets Allen drunk, lures him to his apartment and kills him with an axe while listening to Huey Lewis and the news and lecturing Allen on the merits of the band. Bateman disposes of the body and goes into Allen's apartment to leave a message on his answering machine claiming that Allen has gone to London. Private investigator Donald Kimball interviews Bateman regarding Allen's disappearance, mentioning that Allen may have been seen in London. Bateman invites two sex workers, Christy and Sabrina, over to his apartment, where they have sex. He then tortures them, pays them, and sends them on their way. Bateman's colleague Louise Carruthers reveals a new business card, so Bateman tries to strangle him in the restroom of an expensive restaurant. Carruthers mistakes the attempt for a sexual advance and declares his desire for Bateman, who panics and flees. A now suspicious Kimball conducts a second interview with Bateman, who then murders a model and puts her severed head in his freezer. The next day he invites his secretary Jean to dinner, suggesting that she meet him at his apartment for drinks. Bateman is about to kill her with a nail gun when he receives a message from Evelyn on his answering machine and desists. Bateman has lunch with Kimball, who reveals that a colleague of Bateman claims to have had dinner with him on the day of Alan's disappearance, cementing his alibi. Kimball remarks that the idea of one of Alan's friends murdering him for no reason is simply not believable, to which Bateman nervously smiles. Bateman brings Christie to Alan's apartment, where he drugs his acquaintance Elizabeth before having sex with her and Christie. When Bateman kills Elizabeth, Christie runs, discovering several female corpses as she searches for an exit. A naked Bateman chases her and drops a running chainsaw on her as she flees down a stairwell. Soon after, Bateman breaks off his engagement with Evelyn. As Bateman uses an ATM, he sees a cat. The ATM then displays the text "Feed me a stray cat," so he prepares to shoot the cat. When a woman confronts him, he instead shoots her. A police chase ensues, but Bateman shoots one of the officers and blows up a patrol car, killing the other policeman. Bateman next kills a security guard and a janitor before hiding in his office. He calls his lawyer Harold Carnes and frantically leaves a confession on his answering machine, claiming to have killed 20 to 40 people and eaten some of their brains. The following morning, Bateman visits Alan's apartment to clean it, but he finds it vacant and for sale. A realtor cryptically tells him that the apartment does not belong to Alan before asking him to leave and not come back. In a state of hysteria, Bateman calls Jean and then goes to meet with his colleagues for lunch. Meanwhile, a horrified Jean finds detailed, graphic drawings of murder and mutilation in Bateman's office journal. Bateman sees Carnes and mentions the phone message. Carnes mistakes Bateman for another man and laughs off the confession as a joke. Bateman clarifies who he is and again confesses the murders, but Carnes says his claims are impossible since he recently had dinner with Alan in London. An exhausted and uncertain Bateman returns to his friends. They discuss dinner reservations and muse about whether Ronald Reagan is a harmless old man or a hidden psychopath. Bateman, unsure if his crimes were real or imaginary, realizes he will never receive the punishment he desires. His narration declares that he is in constant pain, that he wishes his pain inflicted on others, and that his confession has meant nothing. What I understand from the movie is that American Psycho is a provocative and thought-provoking film that challenges societal norms and offers a darkly comedic take on the dark side of human nature. It remains a cult classic and continues to spark discussions about consumer culture, identity, and the pursuit of happiness in contemporary society. Subscribe and comment for more videos like this, and thank you for watching. I recommend this movie for those who like horror and comedy.